Welcome back to Montgomery and Company. I'm your host, Renee Montgomery. Let's get into it. Sports and television. So the Lakers are currently leading the NBA in nationally televised games for the 2024-2025 season with 39 games, followed by the Golden State Warriors with 36 and the Boston Celtics with 34. So you may be thinking, this feels a lot like last year. It does, because I do believe that the Lakers was at the top of the list last year, and Charles Barkley and his crew kept asking the question, why are the Lakers on TV so much? The simple answer is because of Laker Nation, Lake Show, whatever you want to call it. TV is based on ratings, and I mean TV ratings, not the sporting ratings. So we're all, as sporting fans, maybe thinking, of course the Boston Celtics should have the most games on TV. They're the national champions, and maybe the Boston Celtics TV rating is not as high as the Los Angeles Lakers TV rating. So that's just a little 101 of TV business and sports. Now on to the college students, man. Shouts to the class of 2028. Our college students who are just moving into their dorms this month. Shout out to the parents. Shout out to the caretakers who are getting them all settled in and ready to take on college and honestly take on the world. I can remember when I left home to attend the University of Connecticut, and my main fear was that I wasn't going to make it in sports. It was like, am I good enough? They got players coming from New York. They got players coming from California. Does West Virginia stack up? And of course, there was the school thing. I wasn't necessarily so worried about it, but it's a good thing that sports prepares you for life, because I did well in school. I was an honors student in school, but nobody really cares about that because I was an All-American at UConn, and that's the point, kind of. So to my student athletes, here's the thing. You can get overwhelmed because you don't only have to be a student, but you got to be an athlete. And a lot of times it feels like you're an athlete student because that's just the way it rolls. Like, you're not going to tell coach that, hold on, coach, I'm late to practice because I was finishing an assignment. Well, you might tell your coach that, but I would have never told my coach that. The thing is, you got to learn how to balance life. You're not going to have somebody checking on you to make sure you're on time. It's like everything's kind of on you, but that's kind of what we're built for. There's a reason that only the top 2% of athletes go to college, and that 2% from college goes to pro, because you're built for it. So just know when it gets heavy, you were built for it. And for my first year college students, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Enjoy college life, but also don't forget to focus on your books. Go to class. That's a cheat code. Go to class. Lean on your support system. Ask for help when you need it. Seek out mentors that you can learn from. And just know, we're really all rooting for you. Like, for real, I'm definitely rooting for you. And so that brings me to my MVP of this week, 15-year-old Heman Bekele, who is this year's Time Magazine Kid of the Year for inventing a soap that could help treat cancer. Now, help treat cancer, yes, I said that. Heman said this: a lot of people have this mindset that everything's been done, that there's nothing left for me to do, he said. To anybody having thoughts like this, I'd say, we'll never run out of ideas in this world. So just keep inventing. Just keep thinking of new ways to improve our world and keep making it a better place. Now, kids is always going to make something sound simple, but I love it. Because at 15 years old, he did something that I ain't even done. None of us has done at whatever age you are. So he's right. Keep inventing. Keep creating. Welcome into Let's Talk ATL, where we run down trending topics in the A that people everywhere are or will be talking about soon. All right, so y'all know we always come with a little crew. This week we have author and poet, also EP of Montgomery and Company, Amena Brown in the building.
Out here.
Okay, I love it. And we have David Perdue, who is a comedian and co-host of the What's Good Atlanta podcast, in the building. How y'all feeling? How we feeling?
I feel great.
Okay,
I feel
like
very
that.
good. I got a mug. I got a basketball.
I'm
feeling real
hydrated.
great.
How does it feel to be in front of the cameras?
Wow. This was not my plan, everyone. I enjoy being behind the camera on Montgomery and Co. But I feel very privileged.
Welcome,
It's an honor.
welcome to the other side. So we're gonna have, y'all know how the drill is. We have 3 trending topics that we talk every week. They're based in the A, but I'm sure you know about it nationwide. The first topic that I'm gonna get it started with is Booking.com. I bet you didn't really feel that coming, but Ludacris is working with Booking.com, where you can rent his mansion for 2 nights, honey. You can meet Ludacris. You can play on his basketball court. You can have a little paddle boat ride on his lake. All of this for $4.04.
What?
Yes, exactly. Like, I'm mad that I missed the opportunity. I found out a little bit late. It's booked up. I would have been in the building. Talk about meet Ludacris.
That's a deal.
Really,
And just say that's a deal.
really,
It's a steal of a deal.
I feel like what's missing is I want like a little rap writing workshop. Like I feel like that should have been offered.
And do you think that would be at the price of $4.04? Do you think you deserve a rap?
I mean, I feel like if we're gonna offer a contest, that's like I would be like, I don't want to be on the lake with Ludacris. I don't care about playing ball. But if he has a little room in here with a microphone, can he tutor me on how to get these raps written?
That's smart. I'm just I'm concerned about our what we place in this decimal. I understand the 404 thing.
Yeah.
But we could have put it after the second 4.
Exactly.
And it, and it made a little bit more sense.
It was giving me scammer vibes. I'm not gonna lie. So see, we here in Atlanta.
Oh, say less.
So you gotta be on high alert.
Yes.
I see that you can rent a mansion that's 22 acres for $4.04. Next.
Yeah, I'm calling Better Business Bureau. I don't even know if they still exist, but I'm gonna call them.
What are we talking about? This says you can get signed copies of Ludacris's chart-topping albums, word of mouth, chicken and beer, and other goodies to take home for $4.04.
This feels like, like when you fly a certain airline and you're like, oh, it's such a good deal. And then you get there and they're like, it's all these taxes.
Yes.
That's the part.
This feel like that's what's happening here.
That's the
What's
part.
the add-on price? Okay, you're saying what's the hidden fees?
What's the hidden? It's some hidden. Luda got some hidden fees.
Or like, are you gonna get there and it's just a shack and they're like, it's Ludacris. They're like, you're not gonna meet Ludacris. You're gonna have a Ludacris experience.
That would be ludicrous.
like that.
That would be ludicrous.
That would absolutely be insane.
Absolutely.
David, what you got?
All right. So something that's been trending, at least on my Instagram feed, is everybody's talking about like their favorite concert or their loudest concert. It's like everybody's sharing that. And so I was curious as to everybody's favorite. I have the most memorable for myself.
Oh, okay.
I have the most
like where we
memorable
going
concert.
with this.
Okay.
And it happened while I was at Morehouse. I'll never forget it. It was at Morehouse, and we had an R&B concert, and the headliner was Eric Benet.
Oh.
And you would think, but here's the thing. He had to follow a young Janelle Monáe.
Whoa.
And that, as somebody who's had to follow somebody who got that heat, trouble. Trouble. Janelle Monáe jumped off the stage, ran up and down. I think she did 3 or 4 cartwheels. We was losing our mind. We couldn't believe it. And then I remember Eric Benet afterwards, like he came up and we didn't have the same energy for him because he wasn't giving us the same energy.
But it was Eric Benet.
It was, but you had to see what I just saw. You know what I'm saying? I just saw like the performance of a lifetime.
Like seeing Janelle Monáe is like if Prince and James Brown somehow had a child.
Interesting.
It would come down into her type of performance.
Yes.
And so to have a sort of soul or what neo soul, alt soul artists come after that is like,
I'll just say he was struggling a little bit. He
so
was like, y'all don't love Eric Benet. He was like,
oh no, he can't ask it out loud.
He did. And we was like, it's not that we don't. We gave it all away before you got here.
Okay, this is a full conversation during the concert.
Yeah, he did
that. First of all, that makes me think of I performed with Prince.
Ooh.
okay.
I'm gonna just drop.
Okay. Now when you said perform, Renee, discuss because it is rumored that Prince play ball.
Facts.
So when you say perform, please let us know.
I think I've heard stories about
yes,
that. Okay.
There is the myth that there's articles written about this, so this is not fake news, but Minnesota and Prince go together hand in hand, right? So when the Minnesota won a championship, Prince was like, hey, pull up on me. Private concert. Paisley Park. No cameras, no videos, no photos, just fun. So first of all, we're on a high. You got to remember, you won a championship. Right. We popping bottles. Right. We like, what's up? Where we at tonight? We already had clubs booked out, by the way. Mm-hmm. We get the invite from Prince. He's sending a vehicle for us and everything. Plans canceled.
So definitely canceled.
Exactly. We pull up. They taking all of our stuff. I go and I'm partying. I'm in the front. Like, this is... You can't tell. You said memorable, right? Yeah. This is memorable concerts. I'm in the front row. Like, he's talking to me. I'm the number one fan. He said, does anybody want to come up here and rock out with me?
Oh.
Exactly. What did he say? I'm like, what did he say? And I just played in a championship game, mind you. All of us. We all just sweat, everything. We showered, but the legs, my legs.
I'm about to say.
When I tell you, I danced for hours straight on stage. I mean, beside Prince, just singing into his mic like it's my mic.
Oh my goodness.
talking, singing, don't know all the words.
Why? You don't have to.
It don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Somebody else will get them.
Because we know the vibes.
Exactly.
As long as you know the vibes. And I mean, like, you couldn't. So when you said Prince, I thought, well, this is an opportunity.
Wow.
To talk about one of the most influential. Because here's what's crazy. In 2015, we won. And as y'all know, when he passed away, so 2017, we were so glad that we had that opportunity in 2015 because that was one of his last performances right there with us, intimate. All there is newspaper articles written about it. So, yeah, like there's not really much. The only other person that gets up there is Beyonce's Renaissance Tour. I'm sorry. That was core memory unlocked. Went with Sirena, my baby. Core memory unlocked. So those are my top. You asked the question. That was my answer. Like, woo.
I feel that I want to say my answer, and I feel slight embarrassment.
No, you better say it with your chest.
So one of my most memorable concerts was $5 in Centennial Park. They used to do a series called On the Bricks.
Okay.
And all these different artists would come in. And a young, not very known Kanye West.
Oh, wow. Wait a minute.
No, we feel slight embarrassment sometimes saying the name. But at this era, this was the Kanye West of Jesus Walks.
Oh, come on.
So
Backpacks
imagine
and polos?
that my friends and I, with our little blankets, went out there and saw Kanye West do Jesus Walks. Saw a Kanye West set for $5.
Wow.
In Centennial Park. Wow. With an unknown John Legend.
Oh, wow.
Oh, girl. Don't bury the lead, Amena. She don't be, what you should be proud of, not embarrassed, that you only paid $5.
I did.
And you got to see John Legend. You got to see Kanye. That was before he became Ye. You saw Kanye West.
That's the part. That's
so you
the part.
need to say, I went to a concert with Kanye West.
That's the part.
Those are two different.
That will differentiate too for people who are like, which Kanye? When you say Kanye West, they're like, oh, we good.
That is old Kanye.
That's Kanye. I miss the old Kanye. Straight from the gold Kanye.
That's the part. That's the Kanye I miss. I'm going to take it a step further and say Vibe Magazine had a music fest.
Okay.
That also came to Atlanta. And they invited Kanye West, Common, and John Legend to do a set together.
Oh, wow.
And they closed the set with then unknown song Gold Digger. Nobody had ever heard it.
Oh,
whoa.
So we are in what was then Phillips Arena.
Yeah.
Okay. Like hearing this song, and we're like, yo, this sounds dope. And then when he gets to that last line, the whole arena, oh my gosh.
She ain't messing with no bro. It's so crazy because I have this thought. Do artists know a hit when they make it? Like none of us are, you're an author and a poet. Do you know when you write some fire that this is about to be the one? Is this the one?
Sometimes. I think you do know sometimes, like you feel like something in it feels electric, but you're not going to know for sure until you get it out there. And that means sometimes you're surprised that you made something and the crowd loves it more.
Yeah, because it's like
thought.
you can't really depend on family. Because I'm going to tell you right now, my son, he's writing his, he got his little EP coming out, Algorithm. Everything he plays for me, I love it. So I'm not really, it's like, don't ask me, baby, because you killing it. Like, you're going straight to the top.
Yes.
So it's like in that studio, I'm sure that there's everybody are going to be like me. Like, you're going to be Bob and you're going to be, because Russ just said, and Russ, just to get an idea of Russ, he's put out 525 songs. And Russ just said, like, this most recent song that he put out, he says, I think this one is the one. So I'm like, dang, so they know, like, even on the ones, like, he got this song Fendi Bucket that he was like, he made real quick. It's one of my favorites, but then, I don't know, I just always wonder, do you know a hit when you hear it?
You're always chasing it. I feel like even as a comedian, like I might think of something and I'm like, oh, that's good. And then it might be good.
Yeah.
But then it gets better.
Yeah.
You learn, you toy with it a little bit, but like, I think everything that we put out there is like has its own journey. And so once you just got to put it out there.
So when you're listening to the crowd, you tweaking your stuff for, they really like this second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And you the same.
All day.
Wow.
That's how you know if it's dope to me. Because sometimes I'll have a thing that I'm like, I know this is dope. And I'll take it out to the audience like, you know what?
Yeah.
That wasn't dope.
Yeah.
Humming yourself, baby.
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
wasn't
yeah, like
didn't
that's,
hit.
everything could be like in sports too, where it's like, I thought I worked hard. I thought I was prepared.
Yeah.
But when you get that good old fashioned whooping by a team and you be like, okay, everybody at practice tomorrow, lock
the
in.
drawing
Because
board.
we thought we was doing
Yeah.
something. We ain't doing, look what they did to
Got
us.
some work to do.
We got some work to do.
Absolutely.
All right, we got some work to do. Amena, you got anything?
Yo, I'm gonna take us to our indie music scene of Atlanta today. This week, I went to see Anthony David's concert He was celebrating 20 years of his first album, 3 Chords and the Truth. And if you're not familiar with Anthony David, first of all, just an amazing singer-songwriter, guitar player, musician. He's fabulous. But he also co-wrote some songs with India Arie. So many people probably are singing songs that Anthony David wrote or co-wrote, right? But this was 20 years ago when I was in my outside period of Atlanta.
We outside.
When he released this album, I was outside. I was outside. I was going to all sorts of shows and concerts and really just sitting there at his concert and thinking, yo, Atlanta, of course, has all of these big name artists that we can give our city the credit for, the world knowing about. But we also have such a rich, independent music scene here. Artists that may have never been signed to the big label, artists that may have never had those aspects of fame, but they have amazing catalog of music. They tour, they travel. And I was sitting in center stage like, this is amazing. This is music that he made 20 years ago. And he's not the only artist that's like that here. I mean, we could name Algebra. We could name Eva Kennedy. We could name Philippia. Like they're just, I can go on and on. But I love the layers of us in the city that you could say names like Ludacris, like Outkast, you could say Goody Mob, but you also have other artists that really are building up what is our independent scene.
Side note, Goody Mob is performing at the State Farm Arena game where we play against Indiana Fever. But my thought is that as an artist, I got questions. I always have questions. It's like, if I'm an artist and I know I got that fire with my pen, how do I decide what to give away and what to keep? Because imagine you wrote a hit song, and I mean, this was from your brain, from your heart, and then that song goes platinum. It goes berserk. Is there like that regret, remorse? Like, should I keep that one to myself? I'd have me a... Like, how do you, it's crazy, because do y'all write for other people? It's like, how do you... I have,
for sure. I mean, I look at it like this. If I give it away, I'm sure I'll get something back. Right? If I can't hold on to it. You know what I mean? If it comes to me, that's inspiration. That's not my own. So if it belongs somewhere else, it belongs somewhere else. You know, that's how I look at it.
I like that. That was so spiritual, David.
Yeah.
It's not even Sunday, but I took you out of church.
Right. I'm like, because the first thought would be like, why didn't you just put it out in the world then?
Because I might not have everything that needs to get to that finish line. But I got to do my part. Like, if I get that inspiration, I got to do my part. So if it is, give it to somebody else, you give it to somebody. There's been plenty of times we've been in a green room with another comic, and we both have an idea, and I'm like, I know what I would say with it, but I know you could go further with that.
Wow.
So take it. And I watch them develop the joke, and I'm like, yeah, you did with it what you should. Because I'm not, I'll be good. You know what I mean? This
is like the opposite of sports, I have to say. Like, I'm inspired by how generous the writer's world can be, because I'm telling you right now, if I get me a new move that ain't nobody seen, the first person gonna be doing it is me. Okay, I'm not about to go give you my move and make you. But this is sports, because in sports we're trying to get that 1% advantage, because all of us are at the top 2% already, and it's like, what can I do to get an edge? It's like Tom Brady got TB12 because he's trying to figure out, all right, if I go to sleep at 9:00, if I wake up at this time, if I eat at this time, I will have the best. LeBron spending $1 million on his body. I will have the best. You mean to tell me LeBron figures out the perfect solution to make his body fresh for 25 years? When he retires, he might be dishing out that program, but you think he's going to be... I just think that...
But maybe his teammates get it. Okay. That's why I look at it, right?
Okay.
Like my teammates.
Now, my teammates could get it, actually. We could all be in practice doing drill work, and we all be like, this is how you do it. Yeah, you're right.
The way I look at it creatively, if I give it to somebody, even though there's no teams in comedy, but if I give it to somebody that obviously mess with them, like they're cool with them, I'm going to get something back. I've gotten plenty of tags or different things from other comics who like, I can't do nothing with this. Take that, Dave. So it's just a mentality. Like, if I give, something's gonna come back. So
I love that. You see what I'm saying?
I want to try to be as good of a person as David Perdue is.
It's very selfish behavior, if I'm being honest.
I feel like as an artist, I sort of fall in the middle. I've definitely had times where I have written for other people, and there is a sense of like beauty to that, I think, because you're getting to write something and let someone else bring it to life.
Yeah.
But I'm always gonna keep some things for myself.
Keep that heat.
I'm always gonna do that.
Okay.
I feel like almost every time I'm gonna do something for somebody else, like creatively. I'm going to also do a thing.
Okay, you know what? Keep that heat. And actually, we're going to need you back again, okay? Amena, I'm going to let y'all know. Amena was pulled in real quick. She's the EP, but as you can see, she can hold her own. You going to come back? You going to join us again?
I'll do it for you, Renee. I would.
All right. So thank you to Amena Brown and David Perdue for Let's Talk ATL today. We'll be right back with more MoCo. back to MoCo Family Business. Listen, I'm always happy to have the MoCo crew here, and we got the full squad. We got my wife Sirena checking in. We got my sister Shay. Hello. We got my niece, my Pooh Bear, Shayla in the building, and y'all know Snooka Booka. She's back at it again. That's my mom. I call her Snook. And of course, we got Cole tapping in from Maryland. Let's go. So you guys, y'all know that there's a lot of situations that happen in the world, and we call this a generational conversation. We even got Gen Z in the conversation now with my niece pulling up. So sometimes people want our advice about what they should do. Should they mind their own business, or should they make it our family business? So let's check out today's MoCo Mailbag. All right. So, dear MoCo, my oldest child started college this year, and I'm a mess. I'm proud of who my child has become, and I also worry about them being so far away from home and on their own. What advice would you give me to be there for my child without being the overbearing parent that I sometimes can be? Signed, Dear Mama. Okay, so crew. All right, so crew, I mean, what should they do? What should a parent do to help their child heading off to school? Pooh Bear, what kind of support do you feel like you're about to be a freshman in college? What do you wish was happening from your parents? Just let's hear it all sound off. Let's get it started, Shay, because you are literally in this position right now.
Oh, yes. I don't know if I have good advice for this because I'm a smotherer myself. Yes, I'm very overbearing, and it's hard to let go. I think this summer has been good for me because she's 18 now, so this summer she's kind of been on autopilot. She's doing her own thing. She has her own schedule. She checks in with me every day, but she's not always at the house like I'm used to, so I've kind of gotten eased into her, being her own and independent, but being in a different state is a whole different ballgame. So I think it hasn't completely hit me yet. I'm here to drop her off this weekend, and so I haven't actually, I don't know. I think once I drive off and leave her there, I think it's going to hit me really hard. But it's so much you go through the senior year that you really don't have time to think about it until it's here.
Yeah, they've been moving Pooh Bear in. My niece, if y'all see me at Georgia State University, it's because my niece right here, Pooh Bear, is a cheerleader on the squad. So you're going to see her at the football games. You might see me at a basketball game. Pooh Bear, what kind of support you feeling like you need headed into college, new state?
So I think my mom has really prepared me to be on my own. Like, we have the calendar, the infamous calendar that has all.
What's the infamous calendar?
It has everything.
If it's not on the calendar, it does not happen. That's what I always tell her.
So I just started putting on like our pep rally, our practices, and all the other things like my school. So she's really helped me stay organized and everything. I know that I need to call her every once in a while.
So what you mean? What's every once in a while? Shay, do you think she should call you every day?
No, well, not call. At least check in with a text, a phone call, something. I need a check-in at least every day.
Yes.
Serena is already fearing our baby is a senior this year.
First of all, I've been dreading this since he went to ninth grade. Since he went to ninth grade, I'm like, he's about to go to college in ninth grade. And now he's a senior. So I'm definitely feeling like the empty nesting coming on is like right there.
Oh, she's definitely in it.
Yes, I'm definitely going to be one of those overbearing moms. I already know now. I am an overbearing mom now.
I mean, the helicopter is a term of endearment.
Moms are overbearing. It's just the way that we are.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, Cole, are you an overbearing mom?
Yes.
Right, thank you.
So how did you handle it? You sent off all but one off to college. So you've done this multiple times. Snook too.
3 boys to college.
Yeah, so Snook and you are already done the trick. So what's your advice?
Well, I can't speak on girls because I think it's a little different. But by the time my sons were going to school, I was literally ready for them to be gone. I needed a break because, like you said, you have to start letting loose of the cord a little bit, and you let loose, and then sometimes it seems like they took a mile, you only gave them an inch, and then they're eating up everything, and then the jokes, and then they were playing around too much, and you're like, they're 18, they should be not playing as much as they do, but they play too much, and they're rowdy, and then their friends are just like they are, and then by the time it's time for them to go, it's like, it's time, I need a break. So that first
Cole, are there different rules for boys and girls? It seems like Cole brought up something that I think I've heard that moms treat sons and daughters differently. So, Cole, you hit on something. I mean,
I don't think I do, but she says I do. But
my brother's the only one.
Well,
It's
listen,
2 girls, 1 boy.
My son, it's like being in a relationship with a guy that does not like me. Like, I text him, I send him a whole paragraph, and he sends me back, good.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. That's it.
I try to get him to tell me he loves me. He don't want to say he loves me. It's like dating a guy that doesn't like you. I don't know.
That must be a genetic thing with all my grandsons, because whenever I've asked them something, they've always said
Good.
So I think that's something that's
all
in,
you get. That's
bred
all you
into
get.
them.
well, Sam gets mad if Junior's not very talkative, so this might be good to hear. She
Of course.
thinks that something's wrong with me or Junior.
I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you so quiet? Tell me. Okay, so, but yeah, I mean, I think that, like Shay, she prepared Shayla to be organized, and I think that is an essential thing to have in college is time management. So I don't even know if it's an overbearing kind of thing. I just think that you're just being a protective mom. So I think that Cole definitely helped me loosen up a bit.
Oh yeah,
a lot.
At
of
Six
it.
Flags, right?
No, at Disney World.
Oh,
so
Disney
Angel
World.
was 12. Angel was 12, and he didn't want to hang with me. He to go on the rides, and I was so devastated. He wanted to go with the group of kids, and I was like, "Oh, it's happening!" And then Snook saw me crying in the room.
She was actually really crying, y'all. So I want y'all to understand. We was in a happy family vacation, Disney World.
First of all, I was looking forward to going and riding the rides with him.
And my Diddy was there, and he said, the rides is for the kids. He said, oh, no.
Well, we can tell she has one child.
Yes, thank you. And then that's what I told Snook. I said, well, you at least have 3 that you can, just experience the different things. But she's like, oh, it's just 3 different heartbreaks. They're just 3 different times. And I felt that.
I love the Pooh Bear. So I'm gonna ask you, going into school starts for you August 26th. Monday. Wow. That's what. So MoCo Monday, school starts for you. Like, what are your feelings right now? Like, this is your first time staying away from home.
I'm very school driven. Like, school's always first. So yes, I'm nervous, but I know like I need to study. I need to go to the library. I gotta get my books.
Are you gonna be outside?
Is
my baby gonna be outside?
I'm not that like outside type of person, but I am gonna, spread my wings and let loose. My mom wants me to let loose.
I told her she's very uptight. Like if we go out, I'm the one dancing and singing. Like, and she's like, "Mom, no."
She's like her grandfather.
Yes, very much so. Yes.
And, all right, well, it's the genes. So you really feel like, for Pooh Bear, it's a little bit different because I already told Sirena was already like, we need to get her a key to the house. We need to get her everything.
A key or fobs.
I told her she does not need a key fob over there because she needs to be living on the campus and going to her classes.
But what if I want to go to Atlanta Dream Game or something?
Okay, you don't need a fob to get to the game.
My sister Kim is already telling her, well, if you need anything, need me to pick you up, call me.
My teammates, so I have some of my UConn teammates that live here. Brittany Hunter already put her number in Pooh Bear's phone. It's kind of like Pooh Bear. So Pooh Bear has a soft launch in a sense of she's leaving home, but she's actually going to where this is home. For the UConn folks, this is the baby that was wearing this is the one. Everybody asks, it's not that niece, is it? This is that niece that was wearing the UConn cheerleading outfit that was with me at all the UConn games. My baby done made her way to Georgia.
This is the stuff that makes me emotional.
Yes. Sam been crying a lot lately. We was watching a Democratic National Convention.
Okay, I think a lot of people cried for that.
Okay. There was that part, the part about gun violence with the moms that lost their kids to gun violence.
Oh man, no.
That was sad. But Sam
I was over there like wiping tears so everybody wouldn't see me in the front of the TV.
We saw you.
Oh, sorry.
we all saw you. All right, so listen, that's all we got for this week's family business. I guess just to sum up all the advice is that if you have boys, it's probably going to be easier than if you have a girl because boys are already a little bit more detached, a little bit more, like Shay said, it's like dating somebody that don't really like you.
I'm like her broke best friend. That's what you call me.
Pooh Bear, the daughters are like your broke best friend, meaning you got to pay for everything, but you love hanging out with her, girl. You love hanging out because I know Shay, she sent about 50 lemon boxes to my crib. Every time they're hitting me up talking about, so you got more packages. I said, more? I thought Shay said she's sending a few packages to the house. I get home, there's literally currently about 25 plus boxes that I'm sure Shay gonna have to take a whole nother job after moving Pooh Bear into that luxury dorm room that they put together. But all in all, take some time right now. Hang with them babies because it happens fast. They about to leave. My baby's about to. I am going to miss Junior too. Yeah. I just don't express it the same way she does. But I'm going to miss my baby too. That's all we have for this week's Family Business. Thank you to Shay, Snook, Pooh Bear, Cole, and Sirena. And we'll be back with more Montgomery and Company. Okay, so thinking about college and thinking about all those memories, my first thought was when you're in high school, you're used to seeing your parents, you're used to seeing your support system, you go home to them every day. But when you go to college, there's this feeling of that you could feel alone. You're not, because remember, we're all rooting for you, but you could feel that way. So while you can or when you can, pick up a phone, FaceTime. It's honestly why I started Montgomery and Company, which when I started it, it was called Remotely Renee, because I was trying to connect while being remote to my family. Every week I wanted to check in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's up? And we just continue to do that check-in, and now we just call it Family Business. So that's all we got for this week. I hope I'll see you back next week on Montgomery and Company. I appreciate you all joining us for this episode of Montgomery and Company. Big shouts to our contributors today, Amena Brown, David Perdue, Snook, Cole, Shay, Shayla, and Sirena. If you've got a question for the MoCo Mailbag, send it to us at moco@wabe.org or at Montgomery Co Pod on Instagram.
WABE.